Welcome to the Cruise Report, brought to you by Norwegian Cruise Line, with your hosts, National Director of Sales for Canada, Dana Gain, and Business Development Manager, Ian Smyth. Now your host, Dana Gain.
Welcome, and thank you for watching. This is our third episode of the Cruise Report.
Yep.
Welcome, Ian.
Thank you. Great to be here. It's great to be back, Dana.
Great to be back.
I've kind of missed it.
It's been a very busy few months, my goodness.
Oh my God, we've been everywhere and doing all sorts of things.
All
but we're
kinds
back.
Of conference, but here we are.
We're back. We're doing what we love doing.
At your service.
Yep.
So once again, we have our regular segments. We've got our hot topic of the day.
Yep.
Viewer mail, which
yes.
We are very surprised at how popular that's become. We are getting hundreds of responses.
I love it.
We have our cruise giveaway, and then we also have a segment that we are calling...
Dana and Ian's, I was just going to rename it, Dana and Ian's Thought of the Day.
Exactly.
So I hope people like that, because we put a lot of brain power into that one.
Well, we did, and now we have to qualify it's not necessarily an original thought.
Yes,
it's just a thought.
That's correct, yes.
Right.
So I want everyone to, well, I shouldn't say I want everyone to, I hope they will sit back, relax, and enjoy our show today, because we do have a lot to get in, as you mentioned.
We do have a lot to get through. All good stuff, so we're happy. So what I've been hearing about, hot topic of the day.
Yes,
what
hot topic of the day, what is it?
When talking to the travel partners is cruise versus land-based vacation. How do we properly position that? Ian, where do you think we should start the conversation?
Well, Dana, I think the real question is, are we encouraging our clients to consider a cruise? Are we encouraging our clients to look at the value of a cruise?
Yes.
As you know, I've experienced both sides of this business.
Yes.
And I can tell you right now that a lot of it is just plain familiarity, right?
And
people
habit,
are used to
and comfort.
Yeah,
exactly.
So what I hope we can do in the next 2 minutes here is explain or unravel, if you will, the value of a cruise and what that value proposition looks like.
Exactly. So how do we transition the guest from a land-based option to considering a cruise?
Yep, and I think first of all, I think what people need to do is educate themselves on what a cruise now includes or what a cruise now offers, right?
Exactly.
Now, we're going to go through a lengthy list.
A handful of things.
Let's start with food quality, entertainment, options.
Yes.
Options
for the food and options for the entertainment.
Correct.
No doubt about it. And you know, at Cruise 360, we heard Rick Sasso talk about the fact that your cabin steward is really your butler.
I love this point.
In a hotel,
right.
How many times do you see the hotel employees? Much less know them on a first name basis.
That's right.
Meanwhile, you have your cabin steward on the cruise who you see twice a day. You have a direct phone number to reach them, and they've introduced themselves from the very first day. You're on a first name basis.
Yeah. You know what?
That service is amazing.
You're absolutely correct. And we think of it would be strange if you're staying at a hotel and you had that kind of relationship with your housekeeper.
Unless you were staying at a 18-star property.
That's right. Yep. And,
are there 18 stars?
I don't think so. No. I think they go as high as 12 star.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But you're right. It's kind of they almost become your concierge. They're your ambassador of the ship. They know everything that's going on, when it's going on, how to find a particular location on the ship.
Kind of like a personal assistant, really.
They really do become your best friend on a cruise. That does not happen in a hotel. As I said, we would think it odd.
And I don't know if you're like me, but when I travel, I'm not the neatest person. So for me, they're more like family while I'm on the ship.
They get to know what you like, what you don't like, what you do well, what you don't, etc.
And we know that when it comes to the vacation experience, it's not the hardware, it's not the size of the ship, or even what your cabin looked like. It's about the people, the crew, that make that experience a success for you. That's what makes it so valuable to our guests.
And you know, we're not even talking about the fact that we sailed over 100 ports.
100 ports.
Over 100 ports, right. So there are so many places that you're going to go to on a cruise, and I think this is all the time. When I get to a destination, a country that I've never been to, I think to myself, wow, if it wasn't for a cruise, I probably would never be here. I would probably never get to this location.
Right.
So I think we need to remember that as well.
I think it's very important. You know, and the best part, I think, for our travel agent partners is when you introduce the concept of cruising to your guest, you're now making yourself incredibly relevant in
Yep.
that experience,
Yep.
number one, and in the selling process, number two. That's very powerful stuff.
Yeah, it is very powerful, and they're going to appreciate that. And as I say to so many of my friends, and and people say it to me whenever I'm educating myself on something, we don't know what we don't know,
Right.
and sometimes we need somebody else who is an expert,
Yeah.
or who is educated to take us along the process and
A little
say,
tap on the shoulder.
a little tap never hurts,
Yep.
and point us in the right direction, something that we may not have considered.
I agree.
And
I
I
agree.
think for a lot of people, that's where cruising falls.
I agree, absolutely. And it's one of the things I think that we talk about, or maybe we don't talk about enough, is the children's program
Yep.
and the water park.
Yes.
I've noticed this trend with a lot of ITC packages now. They have special brochures for family. And it's our bad that we're not spending more time talking about
Yeah.
that, because we have these incredible water parks. They're so robust and so elaborate. The kids are out there having fun all the time. Very well structured children's programs. So
Aqua Racer, the water slides. Parents can let the kids roam in these
Yes.
water parks. They rival anything you would find land-based. So that is a big part of it. The plank,
walking the plank.
the walking the plank. But let me go back real quick. The children's program, so important.
Yes.
One of the first cruise lines, Norwegian Cruise Line, to have a children's program at sea. So we know what we're talking about, and we know how important it is for families.
It's very important for families, and of course we have a lot of families who sail with us.
Yep,
So,
absolutely.
And there's another parallel to the all-inclusive, and that's how easy it is to explore the ships and use your key card, which is your access into your
Cashless.
cabin. It's a cashless environment,
Yep.
so you can go on board and you can shop. Now, if you're like me and you like shopping, that could be a little dangerous.
Yeah.
However, it is certainly convenient, which we like.
There's no doubt about that. One other thing I'm going to mention to you, and that is the value. We have the ultimate beverage package out right now. It's a tremendous value that's out there right now. It used to be a big obstacle, big part of the budget when you were going on a cruise.
Right.
We've completely taken that off
And
the
the biggest
table.
reason why
Biggest reason why.
people would go to all-inclusive rather than
Exactly.
cruising, because of the bar bill.
So that's now been completely taken off. And let me add, wine selection, top shelf liquor,
Yes.
Grey Goose,
Yes.
all
of the nicest stuff.
All of the nicest stuff, absolutely. Yep.
Exactly. And of course, one thing that we do talk about, and I think it's worth mentioning here again, when we're talking about parallels between all-inclusive and cruising,
Yep.
we of course have freestyle dining.
Yes.
So as we talked about in other episodes, more dining available options to you than you actually have time to use in a 7-day
That's
cruise.
right. 29 dining options.
Exactly.
So you're going to run out of days before you run out of restaurants.
We have the
pretty
iConcierge
good.
app where you can book everything in
iConcierge.
advance.
Yep.
No lineups.
Check shows with the iConcierge app when you're on
Yes.
board. Communicate with members of your family when you're on board. Make dinner reservations
How
when you're on board.
convenient is that?
Yep.
It's amazing.
So
Amazing.
we have all that. So a lot going on, and we could spend a lot more time talking about it. I think the real message that I want to send is that we're offering a tremendous value and a really great vacation experience.
Yes, I agree.
A great vacation experience, and that's what I think that's what our jobs are as travel professionals.
And I think one of the other things that we need to be clear about is we're not suggesting that one is necessarily better than the other.
Absolutely correct.
Clearly we're in the cruise industry, and that's going to be our fallback position.
We love cruising.
It really depends on what the client wants.
That's
that
right.
should
Yep.
always be the default. But what we would like to see, and I think that you would agree with me here, we would like to see people having that conversation more often.
Absolutely. Yep.
Right?
That's all we're trying to do, and I think
agree.
that goes a long way. So, lots more to talk about.
So
and
many more things to talk about,
But
yes.
we've got to get through some questions. We've got some prizes to give away. So
We do.
We're moving right along
To viewer mail.
to viewer mail. And
Very
Dana,
good.
I think you're going to go with our first
I
question.
we have a question
Yep.
from Rita Pontello, Travel Plus Toronto. So very nice. Thank you, Rita, for submitting your question. And her question was, how can we find out about travel agent rates?
Okay, good
It's a question we get a
Yep,
lot.
I
and
love it.
By the way, it's a great idea to get on board and experience the product.
Yep,
So
up close and personal.
What you need to do is go to NCLU, which is NCL University. You can navigate there through norwegiancentral.com, log in and register, and you will earn your first discount and subsequent discounts as you progress through the courses.
Beautiful.
Fantastic.
Beautiful. My question, and I guess what happened for me, Dana, is I went through the questions and I sort of did what you did and tried to find, okay, how can we answer the most variety of questions with one? I see a lot of questions about when was the Dawn recently refurbished? How many tons is the Norwegian Escape? How many restaurants are complimentary versus specialty?
Kind of operational questions.
Operational questions.
Right.
The answer to that question is norwegiancentral.com. So norwegiancentral.com.
Yes.
I go here practically every day,
Step
at least
one.
Monday to Fridays anyway,
Yes.
and I click on NCL Help. NCL Help is like Google. Put in the
Google.
question there, you will get your answer. It is, by the way, the same functionality that when you call our reservations folks, they go to.
Exactly.
Because nobody can know everything. All we need to know is where to go to find the information.
Now, I do want to add, and that's a great question and a great answer. I also want to add, don't forget, you've got your incredible Canadian sales team. So for any help that they need, we're absolutely here. So we're not suggesting at all that we're trying to divert you, but we want to give you as many options as possible. I don't know if you're like me, but I like to be able to go and find the answer myself.
Yeah.
So that's a good way to do it.
Yep, absolutely. So let's go on now to our cruise giveaway. As you know, Dana,
Yes.
from all of our questions that we receive after each and every episode, we draw a lucky winner from the batch of questions that we have.
Yes, we do.
We did that again today. I'm very pleased to announce the winner of our 7-day Caribbean cruise on the Norwegian Epic, sailing out of Port Canaveral beginning November of this year, November 2016.
Yes.
She looks beautiful. She's been refurbished as of October 2015. The winner is Patrice Jones of CAA South Central Ontario.
Congratulations, Patrice.
Yes, Bradford, Ontario.
Very nice.
So she'll be hearing from us very soon.
That's very good.
And she'll get to experience the beautiful Norwegian Epic.
Now we're going to skip forward to Dana and Ian's thought of the day. Ian, take it away.
Dana, this is our thought of the day. It's our new little creation.
Not
I hope
original.
people- not
we
original.
just want to add that caveat again.
If they book with you on price,
You will lose them on price. Exactly.
yep.
Which goes back to what we were talking about before.
I think so.
Being relevant and adding that added value and making sure that you're helping your customer.
Correct.
Ian, I'm glad that we are here to help stimulate the conversation. It's always a lot of fun.
Yes.
Watch our next
I love it.
issue. Well, that's great, me too. Watch our next issue of the Cruise Report. We will discuss the new NCLU and, of course, Norwegian's 50th birthday party.
Yep.
Thanks
We're turning
for
50.
watching. We are turning 50, not me, but Norwegian. Thanks for watching, and remember, if you hear the horn, it must be the Cruise Report. I'm your host, Dana Gain.
And I'm Ian Smyth saying, until next time, bon voyage and happy selling.